there are just some days I feel more autistic than others. Today is one of those days. This is my 5th or 6th take trying to get this intro sorted, and I thought, fuck it, let's just roll the tape anyway. Let's get on with it. Righto, as you know, I've just come back from an overseas holiday. I did try and do a react video the other day, which is sort of a bit of a flop at the moment. It was a good react one. It's the disability lanyards, and I got the wristband now. But in this wash up of my overseas holiday, I will talk about that again and other positives and negatives. As an autistic parent, raising an autistic child, going on an overseas holiday with my oldest daughter, as well as the youngest, my mum and my ex. Yes, that's right, my ex-wife come with us. She was invited to the same wedding. We'll start off with that, because you guys are probably thinking, oh my God, how can you travel with the ex-partner, blah, 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 blah. Well, at this point in time, there's no other people I'm seeing or she's seeing that I know of. Definitely on my behalf, I'm not seeing no one. And that wearing tops like this, I probably won't see much things at all. Yeah, it was really, really good, to be fair. Obviously, she brought her parenting style, which slightly differs from mine. And then my mum, aka Nanny, you would have seen on the Singapore video that I did through Chinatown. She brought her nanny grandma experience into it as well. So we all fed off each other. The negatives got squashed pretty quick, I believe, to an extent. Obviously, we all got our little idiosyncrasies that can spill over from time to time. But I think it brought out the positive parenting in the two of us and help Nanny out a lot in where we actually want Nanny to be in the whole ball of spectrum, looking after our kids, if that makes sense. But yeah, so look, having the extra, well, if I was going by myself, it'd just be me and the girls. Now it's obviously you got everyone else thrown in there. It was a joint effort to limit Harlow's, limit her meltdowns, help her regulate. Even her older sister was there to help her younger sister regulate. I know at home, especially in this house here, they have a few meltdowns and fight each other, but I guess that's what siblings do when they're in their own comfort of their own home, I guess. So in that respect, we're traveling with the ex. I wasn't looking for another partner over there, neither was she. So, we were focused on getting our daughter on a 17-hour flight from Australia to the UK and back again with no meltdowns, and have her to help regulate and self-regulate herself. So what did we do to prevent that, the meltdowns at the airport? Okay, driving to the airport, everyone's excited. So there's this big feelings, but there's no spillage of those feelings, if that makes sense. So with that came, that excitement energy. We got through, dropped the bags off, said goodbye to our people who dropped us off and so on. Went through customs. We both wore our lanyard with the sunflowers on it. Got the help we needed to go through customs and the baggage check for our carry-on, and that was just done seamlessly at Perth Airport. They are starting to get on board with the hidden disability lanyard scheme. So fair play to Perth Airport. Big shout out to them. I'll even hashtag them in the description, so hopefully someone from the airport can watch and take this accolade on board as a positive. At the airport, obviously, I booked a Century room at Perth Airport. They have a Century room you can book for an hour at a time. I didn't realise that if you book for an hour at a time, it's just your family that goes in there because you get given a code for the hour, and then yeah, punch the code in, go in. So it was 5 of us. So it was myself, the ex, mum, and the 2 girls, and we had the Century room for an hour to ourselves, and I think everyone actually benefited from that. Obviously, when I fly, I'm not a nervous flyer because I love flying. I think my idea of getting to the gate is I go to the gate and just sit there, which I can do. You probably saw that in the Singapore video when we're coming home, having my tiger beer right by the gate. There's another reason for that, but we'll get into that a bit later. Yeah, so the Century room, as soon as we come out of there, it was boarded the plane. 4 hours up to Singapore, not a problem. Singapore airport, obviously, by the time we transit from T2 to T3 on the train, got our our transit lounge for the evening. I think we spent about 2 hours there before we boarded the plane and, got on our merry way. We had a shower there, a bit of feed, a bit of a relax, a bit of Wi-Fi, which actually helped Harlow watch some of her TV shows and kept herself regulated. I had a shower, I felt great after it. Mum and Keani done the same with the older daughter as well. So that was a bit of a win, a bit of a walk to the big airport, bit of a walk to the gate. So there's a few anxious moments, but by the time we did have one little episode at Singapore airport where Theo had to go through the doot machine to get checked. By this stage, Singapore airport or Changi airport wasn't actually doing the hidden disability lanyard scheme. Then we sort of had to talk our way into it. So it was my mum and Harlow went through together, then the rest was just followed. But it was a bit of an anxious moment in that waiting area. It was 11 o'clock at night and busy, so you can understand why. The flight to the UK, not a problem. Everyone had their medication, melatonin. Most of us slept. I didn't, as normal. I did, but I didn't. Another positive from that was the Cloud9 jumpers, the weighted jumpers with the squishies in the hand and the Century stuff in the pockets. I found, it was so warm. I just sat there and watched, I listened to my podcast, essentially. Harlow slept the whole flight, Mum was dozing, and yeah, the ex and the oldest one on the other side of the aisle just doing what they do. They can sleep during a freaking World War III, I reckon, those two. So from there, it was a positive experience, the 17-hour flight with a autistic child. Obviously, you've seen in the videos, hopefully you've seen in the videos. If you haven't, go back and check. Yeah, we went to castles, we went to a wedding in mid-Wales, which was beautiful, warm summer's day, 33 degrees, everyone got burnt, even the Aussies got burnt. There was, that factor, so there was excitement for the wedding, seeing new places, going to castles, meeting new people. I think Harlow was the most anxious meeting new people because she's got red hair. My nan had red hair. I'll put the picture here, what my nan looked like. And essentially she was worried about being called Little Sylv, which my nan was Sylvia, and a lot of people think they look similar, and she just didn't want that. We had to brief people not to say that to her. The only one person that did it was my Uncle Paul, but she handled that quite well. It was more banter between the two of them as opposed to, oh, look, you look like her, sort of thing. So, yeah, that went really well, those meetings. Yeah, long days in the car, travelling from A to B, different Airbnbs. Being so disruptive and not in our own environment, I thought her and I both thrived in that environment. Because we were around family, we didn't have to mask. The mask was off the whole holiday, so I felt probably the less autistic I've ever felt in my life. That's funny because I've only just been diagnosed 2 months ago, but in saying that, leading up to the diagnosis and doing the whole, you know, the past, I wouldn't say past life regression, but the past life in general, thinking about, you know, why things were different for me. It just felt like over there, because we were all traveling, all in the same position, same boat, whatever you want to call it, whatever analogy you want to use, I just felt, I feel at home over there too for some reason. I don't know what the psychology behind that is. I think a lot of good things happened when I was in the UK as a kid and growing up, so it's kind of a happy place for me to go to. A lot of sad things happened by leaving the UK. Why do we ever leave? You know, if I didn't leave, wouldn't be on this path now where I am, trying to raise awareness for autism and tell my stories about the struggles with autism and so on. Going on to struggles, yeah, we had our days where we struggled. I struggled in London. We're on the tube into a Wetherspoons for lunch, and the waiter just kept getting everything wrong. I felt like the ex was at me, felt like mum was at me, felt the girls just wanted everything from me. Had a bit of a meltdown and told family what I thought, in a sense, without being too rude to them. Yeah, so mum come over, she helped me with that. Went into Madame Tussauds, I bought a squishy, so I'm walking around with the squishies. They helped me regulate my emotions. The daughter actually gave me one of her squishies at lunch before we went over to Madame Tussauds, and that. So I had my moments. Obviously, she had her moments. A lot was based on mum visiting her brother 2 doors up. We were in the Airbnb in Dorset. That's probably a more behavioural thing, and the attention's not on me or on her sort of thing. So, yeah, that filtered in the trip a little bit of a downer. The biggest meltdown that we had outside of the Airbnb, so the public meltdowns, we didn't have too many. Thank God for that. But the biggest one was when there was a squishy on the counter and she wanted it, and we got thousands of squishies at home. As you seen by my last YouTube short, we got the gold, or what's it called? Dumpling squishy. So yeah, there's a bit of a meltdown at the shops where the poor shopkeeper lady copped it, and we dragged her back home kicking and screaming, unfortunately. But that was about it, you know. The reverse trip, we had to stop over in Singapore for a week. There's a few videos out on that too. But yeah, rewind back to Heathrow Airport landing. Hidden disability lanyards on. We paid, I think, £125 for the 5 of us to get fast-tracked. When we got there and realised that the fast-track lane was the same as the hidden disability lane. So if you had your lanyard on, and the whole family can go together through that, through the fast-track lane, with help from staff at Heathrow Airport to go through customs and immigration and stuff. So big shout out to Heathrow Airport as well. And the same coming back. Harlow and I both wore our lanyards, and the whole family got through quite easily, actually. Apart from the lady doing the bag drop, she was slow as a wet weekend. I think I've had wet weekends faster than that. So yeah. But yeah, it's the flight to Singapore was again the same as the flight to the UK. I didn't sleep because I didn't want to get jet lag, and it worked out in my favour. Got to Singapore, went to the rooftop pool, had a swim. I'll show you a photo of it about here. Maybe not. I don't know if I got a photo of it. If I can find a photo, I'll pop it here somewhere for you guys to look at. Or there, whichever side, I don't know. We'll pick a side. You'll see the pool. And if you haven't seen the pool, go back to the videos and have a look. So that was that in a nutshell. I think as my anxiety was lifting, because I had to go back to work the same week, I got home, got home on a Friday, went to work Monday, just gone, and my anxiety levels were building. I think they were sort of reflecting off on the girls, on Kiani and my mum. And that, I think there was a little bit of tension towards the end. I think that was brought on by myself because I was starting to get into that state of fight or flight myself in regards to going back to work and back to normal reality, if that makes sense to you guys. Like I said, autism hits people in different ways. With me, it was that anxious moment of, fuck, we're going back home, back to reality. You know, got pressures of, you know, the bills, keeping the house together, feeding the dog, putting my work clothes on, driving to work, and going to work and putting that work mask on. So my anxiety was pretty higher than what the little one was. So I got through the week, had a good chat with my psychiatrist on Friday. We spoke about it at great lengths and stuff. Like he said, it is a process now for me to unmask, but try and get work to understand that I may do things slightly different to other people. If that doesn't work out, then obviously I'll just might have put my hands up and be done with that job and find a new job while I'm trying to build on my YouTube channel, which also leads me into the last thing. Rolling with the Spectrum now is registered trademark and a business. So my aim for the channel, for the podcast, is to get a website happening with all facts and figures for autism and other neurodivergent disabilities. I also like to get a membership group happening in that space as well. Start off with local area Perth members, so we can have monthly get-togethers and just feed off each other, share experiences, share stories, give each other parenting tips, life hacks and stuff like that, and then open it up to a wider audience, you know, Australia-based, where we can have Skype meetings, then take it from there and see where the channel goes. Not just the channel, but the website and the membership. I wouldn't call it a charity as such, but it'll definitely, what money goes into the business, the members will definitely see benefits as well. So that's my aim as the business owner of Rolling with the Spectrum. Gotta keep smashing these videos out for you guys to watch and listen to my journey as a late diagnosed autistic father now, with my parenting style, skills, lack of skills, whatever you want to call it, and obviously the podcast. And that reminds me too, if someone wants to come on and share their story, I will leave my work email in the description, so you guys can email me if you want to come on and have a chat, do a conference call or do something to get your story out there too, and this is the platform I want for it as well. So watch this space over the next 6 months. Hopefully I can build my little channel here to something bigger and greater for parents, for adults, for children, for people in and around Perth, Australia, and hopefully worldwide within a few years, to really take the stigma off all things autism and other neurodivergent types of disabilities. So look, it's been a long episode of me just waffling on about the holiday, but like I said, there are a lot of positives in the holiday, a lot of negatives as well. Obviously the negatives were the public meltdowns that we're going to get from time to time anyway, has having a kid on the spectrum, and that's part of her autism and PDA, ADHD and all that stuff. I had my moments too where I was getting a little bit frustrated and flustered and overwhelmed in certain scenarios too, but as a whole, having both parents there, a grandparent and an older sibling, I think we done really well as a re-blended family. Meeting new people, being in different cities, scenarios, situations and settings and stuff. So without any further ado, guys, remember, if you got this far, please like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you need to or want to. Tell your friends, your family, your workers, your unco-workers, tell everybody. Let's try and raise awareness for autism and take the stigma away from it. And like I say, at the end of every video, peace, love and autism, and I hope you guys have a good week ahead. Peace out.